You haven't subscribed to the channel yet? Subscribe now. We have new stories every day now. Let's go. This story begins in 2015 when my wife Emily and I were both in our mid 40s. Up until this point, we had been happily married for 18 years with two amazing sons. We were deeply in love, or so I thought. Our sex life wasn't spectacular, but we found other ways to show affection. We never faced any rough periods in our marriage. I run my own plumbing business, which I've been doing since around 2009. Emily was a pharmacist. Both of us were thriving in our careers and earning a decent income. One night, after putting the kids to bed, Emily and I decided to watch a movie on Netflix. The plot revolved around a woman who had lived in poverty her whole life and eventually joined an escort agency, earning $1,000 per client. When the character mentioned this, Emily commented, "Here I am, spending hours at the pharmacy making the same amount a year as she does in a month." I thought nothing of it and replied with a simple, "Yeah." We finished the movie and went to bed. Life continued as normal for about a month until one day, Emily texted me that she'd be meeting a friend for drinks after work. I was fine with it and spent the evening with the kids. When she got home around 8 p.m., she immediately went upstairs to take a shower, which was odd since Emily had always been a morning shower person. Still, I brushed it off. The following weekend, Emily said she was going to the mall for some shopping. I offered to drive her, but she insisted on taking her own car. She was gone for hours, and when I tried calling her, she didn't answer. Eventually, she called back, apologizing and claiming her phone had died. She said she had to find a place to charge it. I believed her, and when she came home, she went straight to the shower again. Over the next 3 months, Emily started working late more often and taking extra Sunday shifts. She also began meeting with friends more frequently. I didn't question her, trusting that everything was as she said. One Friday, she mentioned she'd been invited to spend the night at a friend's house. This seemed odd since she often saw this friend during the day, but I didn't press the issue. That evening, bored at home, I decided to invite her friend's husband, Jake, over for a drink. When I called, he was confused and said his wife was home with him. My heart dropped. I immediately tried calling Emily, but she didn't answer. Finally, she called back, apologizing profusely and claiming she had mixed up which friend she was visiting. She said they had gone out for dinner and that's why she didn't answer. Her explanation calmed me down, but doubts lingered. A week later, a package arrived for Emily. She said it was a new phone, even though I'd recently bought her one. She claimed she wanted a bigger model. Soon after, she came home with expensive new hairstyling tools and a Pamper bracelet, saying she'd decided to treat herself. Her spending was uncharacteristic, but I didn't push too hard, though it gnawed at me. Then one Saturday night, Emily said she was going out with her boss and another female colleague for drinks. That evening, a friend of mine called, saying he'd seen Emily at a pub with a man. He described her wearing a revealing dress and said he saw them kiss. Shocked, I asked her to send a picture. When I zoomed in, my heart sank. It was Emily. I immediately drove to the pub, leaving the kids at home. My friend was waiting outside and pointed me to their table. There she was, laughing and giggling with another man, dressed to the nines. I walked up to her and confronted her. Her face turned pale. She claimed it was a work meeting, but I wasn't buying it. I grabbed her bag and told her we were leaving. In the car, Emily broke down, admitting everything. She had quit her pharmacy job months ago and joined a high-class escort agency. The movie we had watched had planted the idea in her mind. She confessed to sleeping with clients, claiming it was purely for the money and not emotional. She begged for forgiveness, saying she'd stop and that she still loved me. I drove her straight to her parents' house and left her there. Back home, I sat in silence trying to process everything. How could our seemingly perfect life unravel so quickly? After more discussions and failed attempts to reconcile, we divorced. Now, I'm a single father raising our boys. Emily sees them on weekends. Life isn't what I imagined, but I've found peace. If there's one thing I've learned, it's to never ignore red flags in a relationship.